Professor, um dos pontos principais do seu livro, um dos pontos que o senhor mais defende é banir os celulares das escolas. A gente vive hoje no Brasil um momento em que as escolas têm sido muito atacadas, grupos políticos têm lançado muita desconfiança em cima das escolas, com a acusação de que os professores estariam doutrinando os alunos. Existe até um grupo de pais que defende homeschooling para proteger os filhos do ambiente escolar. Nesse contexto, muitas vezes os pais enxergam o celular como uma forma de estender a proteção para o filho e uma forma de controlar o que acontece dentro da escola. O senhor acha que, nesse contexto, em que os pais sentem que eles precisam controlar o que acontece até mesmo dentro da escola, os pais vão entender e vão aceitar o banimento do celular no ambiente escolar?
So let's break this problem down into two. The first is this good for the kids? Is it good for the kids to be in touch with their parents all the time? Is it good for their parents to text them during class and for them to see the text and respond during class? Is it good for parents to feel that they can control every aspect of their life? And I think the answer to all of these questions is no. I don't see any justification for parents interacting with their children during the school day. Now, what you refer to seems to be a decline of trust along political lines, political polarization. We have the same thing here. The educational establishment in almost all countries is going to lean to the left. There's many reasons for that. And in recent years, I think education has become more ideological in the United States. So I understand the distrust that conservatives have for some of the things that happen in school. That's an important political issue. Does that mean that children should have a smartphone with them all the time? And there, again, the answer is no. There are ways to find out what's happening in class. Your child can just tell you. You don't need, you don't need your child to be taking a video of what's happening. And imagine being in a class. Imagine being a teacher where students are routinely recording it and taking anything you say out of context, and it can be put up on social media, and now the whole world is angry at you. Imagine teaching under those circumstances. That's actually kind of what's happened to us. As a professor, I have to be very careful what I say now because everyone has a phone, and if everyone records something and they put it up on social media, who knows what would happen. So I don't see any real benefit from having it. Now, in the United States, the main argument I get against this is, oh, what about school shootings? Now, I don't know if you have this in Brazil, but in the United States, we have many young men who are disconnected and they read a manifesto online from another person who shot up a school. And so every year we have several mass shootings in our schools. And some parents say, I want to be able to talk to my child if there's an emergency. But what the experts say is that if you want to keep your child safe, they should be quiet. They should follow directions because they all have these drills. In America, our students have to do shooter drills. What do you do? Where do you go? How do we coordinate? And so if there's a real emergency, the last thing you want, students pulling out their phones and crying to their parents. What you want, the experts say, is for them to follow directions, be quiet. The teacher has a phone, all the adults have a phone. That's the thing to do. So I don't know if that addressed your question. Will parents accept it? What we find in the United States is a few of them won't. There are a few who say, no, I have to be able to talk to my child all the time. But the great majority of parents support it. And once they see how it works, once they see that their kids are happier, that the kids are learning more, I mean, that counts for an awful lot.